And I want to go into the definition of what abuse is, because the first thing is that you need to diagnose if you're being abused.
Right, exactly. We had someone in here comment, you can diagnose abuse, but you must define abuse. So definitely, and please, everybody, chime into the comments. We will read them and answer anything we can as we're going. So please feel free to do that. But yes, let's have a definition. Yes.
So a lot of people, so again, we get into these things where people think abuse is being hit. It's not that, or your money being taken. It's a combination of everything. So what abuse is when one partner in an intimate relationship uses a pattern of behavior to get and keep control over the other partner.
Yes.
That is a very common description of what abuse is, right?
Mhm.
I added one thing to it that's typically not part of this definition, and that is for the benefit of the person who has the control. So let's just quickly run through that. What is one partner in an intimate relationship? Okay, intimacy does not mean sex. You don't have to have sex with this person or live in the same house with them. Intimacy means trust and a relationship where this person, where you will listen to what they have to say. You will trust that they have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
Intimacy is created by opening up to somebody, feeling comfortable with somebody, telling them your secrets. That's what intimacy is. So we should not assume that if you don't live with somebody or you're not having sex with somebody, that is not an intimate relationship. That's not true, first thing.
Mhm.
So the other thing is I use a pattern of behavior. So let's look at pattern and behavior. So pattern is doing the same thing over and over again. It does not mean it's the exact same thing that the person is doing to you. For example, they might scream at you, but then they might hit you another time. They might take something from you and not give it back. So it could the pattern could be different. The behaviors could be different types of behaviors, right?
Mhm.
Also, the behavior is not always bad behavior. That's very important to remember that. Behavior is bad, but it's typically followed by good behavior, because the way that an abuser keeps control over you and makes sure that you don't actually leave is by doing the bad behavior and then doing the nice things that keep you calm, make sure that you stay and that you don't run away. So I will scream at you and call you names, and I'll go, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that. You're the best thing ever. And then for a few weeks we see this good behavior and you're so special, or a few days you're so nice. So bad behavior and good behavior can be abusive behavior in an abusive relationship. Now we look at a pattern. A pattern is something that happens over and over again, but it doesn't have to be the same behavior. It could be screaming, it could be hitting, it could be different things.
To see the full episode of Break the Silence Against Domestic Violence's podcast, check out our YouTube channel today.